So, hello students, good morning again. Welcome again back to this YouTube video lecture. Last class we had again gone up to stanza 7th of the Ballad of Father Gilligan, and today we shall move forward commencing from stanza 8th. So, hope you clearly remember what we have discussed so far. So let us move on to the 8th stanza. And again, before going over to the 8th stanza, about 7th stanza, you must remember, right? You must remind yourself Peter Gilligan had slept throughout the night, totally forgetting to attend his duty, right? Particularly, attending that sick man who was about to die. And because he was totally restless, totally exhausted, that's why he slept, leaning on the chair, right, after begging God forgiveness. Okay, so let us recommence. Stanza 8th. He rode now as he never rode. So last class we had discussed that Peter Gilligan roused his horse, right, and he rode with little care. He rode carelessly. He rode now as he never rode. Look at this line. So he rode his horse as if he had never in his life ridden a horse at all. So think, in what way he rode his horse? It is clear. He rode as if he had never ridden a horse at all. That means he rode very fast, right? He rode without caring for the way. He rode totally carelessly by rocky lane and fen. Look, by rocky lane and fen. Look at rocky lane. Rocky lane means, well, lane you know, street, rocky, street filled with rocks. Normally rural roads are like this, okay, and fen means swamp, S-W-A-M-P, swamp, you can say marsh, you can say bog, in Hindi daldal, and in Odia santa santiya jaga. So Peter Gilligan rode his horse without caring for rocky street and swamp. Well, one thing is to be remembered, whenever you are riding a horse, okay, you must be careful enough while moving through street filled with rocks and swamp or marsh. But Peter Gilligan, well, cared nothing for both. He drove his horse, he rode his horse very fast without caring for such rocky streets and marsh. Now, when you are guiding your horse through such ways, okay, you need to be careful, very careful. But Peter Gilligan was pretty careless. So, okay, without caring for the risk, okay, you can say taking much risk because he was at a great hurry, he went riding and riding. Well, never caring for such wage, दलदल को भी खातिर नहीं किए, रक्की स्ट्रीट को भी खातिर नहीं किए. ऐसे रास्ते पे घोड़े को इतने रफ्तार पे चलाना जानलेवा हो सकता है, लेकिन he bothered nothing because he wanted to reach the sick man's home. He was desperate, right? Next. Now he reached the sick man's house. Okay. The sick man's wife opened the door. He must have knocked at the door of the sick man's house. Okay. The sick man's wife opened the door. She saw Father Gilligan and look at her reaction. We will be surprised. Father, you come again. Look at how she has reacted. Father, you Look at this. This is something amazing. You come again. A-Z-A-I-N. She exclaims. She exclaims out of utter surprise, out of total surprise. She says, Father, you come again. Now the question comes. वो बोलना चाहती है कि फादर आप फिर दोबारा आए. अमेजिंग. क्या पीटर गिलिगन पहले आए थे क्या? बिल्कुल नहीं. We had well discussed that Peter Gilligan slept throughout the night without attending to the sick man. He had forgotten his duty rather. Then why his wife exclaims, Father, you come again. This is amazing. Is not that अगर पीटर गिलिगन रात भर सो लिए थे, ओके, तो फिर ये क्यों बोल रही है कि फादर आप फिर दोबारा आए? पीटर गिलिगन तो बिल्कुल नहीं आए थे. That is the question. This particular mystery will be solved after some time. Be attentive. Next. And is the poor man dead? He cried. But Peter Gilligan is very desperate. He wants to know about the sick man only. So, without paying much importance to whatever the sick man's wife asked, Peter Gilligan is asking rather, and is the poor man dead? He cried. Desperately he is asking, वो लाचार आदमी मर चुका है क्या? देखो. His wife answered, the sick man's wife answered to Peter Gilligan's question, he died an hour ago. That means the poor man is no more. According to his wife, he passed away an hour ago. Listening to this, Peter Gilligan must become upset, must become very, very disappointed because he could not bless the poor man last night. Okay, rather he slept throughout the night. So look at Peter Gilligan's reaction. The old priest Peter Gilligan in grief swayed to and fro. Swayed. S-W-A-Y-E-D. Swayed means moved. Listening to the words of the sick man's wife that her husband passed away an hour ago, Peter Gilligan moved right, left, right, out of grief, out of sadness, out of frustration, out of, you can say, repentance. He started moving there, right and left and right, to and fro motion. Okay, this is his, disappointment that he could not bless the sick man to die a peaceful death. Again, in the next stanza, the sick man's wife says, when you were gone, he turned and died as merry as a bird. Again, focus. When you were gone. Look at this. When you were gone. पहले तो बोली थी वो, देखो, वो तो पहले बोली थी फादर यू कम अगेन. वो पहले बोली थी कि फादर आप फिर दोबारा आए. अभी बोल रही है कि आप जब चले गए. अमेजिंग. हमको तो पता है कि पीटर गिलिगन हैड नेवर कम. ही स्लेप्ट रेदर थ्रू आउट द नाइट. तो आए थे कौन? और अभी फिर बोल रही है कि जब आप चले गए. वेल, ही टर्न्ड एंड डाइड. ही मीन्स हर हस्बैंड turned his side on the bed. करबते लेना. तो वो बोल रही है कि जब आप चले गए वो करबते बदले और गुजर गए. Amazing. As merry as a bird. Look at this. As merry as a bird. So she wants to say that her husband died before an hour. Before an hour. Okay. Before an hour of Peter Gilligan's second arrival, right? Okay, and how he died? As happily as a bird. Look at Mary. Happy as a bird. That means he wants to say that her husband died a peaceful death, died a happy death. Well, just as a bird dies. No. जस्ट एज ए बर्ड डाइज नहीं, क्योंकि चिड़िया तो छटपटा के मरता है. लेकिन वो बोलना चाहती है कि मेरी हस्बैंड खुशी से मरे जैसी कि एक चिड़िया अपना जिंदगी जीती है. So she wants to say that her husband died as happy, as carefree as a bird lives its entire life. You must have watched a small bird. Okay, well, how it lives its life? Carefree, बिंदास, in total freedom, in absolute freedom. किसी चीज़ का उसको फिक्र नहीं होता है. इज़ नॉट दैट, ना ही किसी चीज़ का चिंता होता है. बस आराम से दिन भर खाना तलाशना, शाम को घोंसले में आके सोना. दैट इज़ द लाइफ स्टाइल ऑफ ए बर्ड. ही इज़ टोटली, a bird is totally away from worldly affairs. So that's why the comparison rather. Okay, so she wants to say her husband died a peaceful death, blissful death, right? Okay, next, the old priest Peter Gilligan, he knelt him at that word, listening to the words of the sick man's wife, that the sick man had died a peaceful death, blissful death. What was Peter Gilligan's reaction? He knelt himself down then and there. Okay, why he knelt himself down? To pray God. अभी पीटर गिलिगन को समझ में आ गया जब सिकमैन की बीबी बोली कि वो खुशी से मरे. पीटर गिलिगन को समझ में आ गया कि पिछले रात क्या क्या हुआ था. देखो, इन द लास्ट टू स्टांजास पीटर गिलिगन एक्सप्रेसेस डीप ग्रेटिट्यूड, deep gratefulness or thankfulness to the Almighty. Okay, we have to analyze the last two stanzas in detail, carefully. Let's discuss what Peter Gilligan has to say. Well, देखो, first line of the penultimate stanza, last but one stanza, he, look at he, who hath, H-A-T-H, hath is the old English form of the modern English has. He who hath made the night of stars, वो जो तारों की रातें बनाए हैं. तो यहाँ मतलब he मतलब none other than God. तो in the last two stanzas Peter Gilligan expresses deep gratitude to the Almighty. Why he does so पता चल जाएगा. तो वो बोल रहे हैं कि वो जो ये तारों की बेहतरीन रातें बनाए हैं. ओके, किसके लिए? फॉर सोल्स हु टायर एंड ब्लीड. सोल्स, SOULS, सोल्स मतलब बीइंग्स, बीइंग्स मतलब इंसान. तो भगवान ये सुंदर से तारों वाले रात क्यों बनाए हैं? ऐसे इंसानों के लिए हु टायर एंड ब्लीड. देखो, हु टायर, TIRE, एंड ब्लीड. Well, it means who work hard, who work terribly, shedding each drop of their sweats and blood. Bleed, जो खून पसीना बहा के मेहनत करते हैं, थकते हैं, उनके सुख चैन के लिए भगवान तारों वाले रात बनाए हैं. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि भगवान रातों को और भी खूबसूरत बनाए हैं, तारों में सजा के. खास किसके लिए? ऐसे इंसानों के लिए जो दिन भर मेहनत करते हैं, कड़ी मेहनत करते हैं, खून पसीना बहाते हैं. दैट्स दैट. ओके, ऐसे लोगों के लिए ही भगवान ऐसे सुंदर रातें बनाए हैं. इट मीन्स गॉड हैज़ नेवर मेड नाइट्स फॉर दोज पीपल हु आइडल आउट थ्रू आउट, आई मीन दे आर डेज, हु आर इंडोलेंट, हु आर लेजी, हु डू नथिंग. एब्सोल्युटली. Sent one of his great angels down. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि God who has made such beautiful nights. Okay, well, क्या किए? Sent, भेजे. किसको भेजे? One of his great angels. अभी समझ में आ जाएगा. One of his great angels. देखो, भगवान भेजे अपनी मैसेंजर्स में से एक महान मैसेंजर को भेजे. किसके लिए? टू हेल्प मी इन माई नीड, मुझे मदद करने के लिए मेरे ज़रूरत में. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि सिक मैन के बीबी जो ताजुब होके बोली थी कि फादर यू कम अगेन. इसका मतलब पीटर गिलिगन के बेस में कौन आया था? वन ऑफ द एंजल्स ऑफ गॉड. क्लियर? दैट मीन्स गॉड हैड सेंट one of his angels in the guise, GUISE. guise मतलब बेसौरे, कहाँ बेसरे, किसके रूप में, इन द गाइज ऑफ पीटर गिलिगन टू ब्लेस द डाइंग फेलो, बिकॉज पीटर गिलिगन slept throughout the night. That's why God had rather sent one of his angels to bless the dying fellow with a peaceful death. And by doing so, God did another great thing. He also allowed Peter Gilligan a few hours of rest. भगवान उनको कुछ ही घंटों के लिए विश्राम दिए, क्योंकि पीटर गिलिगन की मुंह से निकल गया था ना, मेरे पास चैन नहीं, खुशी नहीं, रेस्ट नहीं। शायद भगवान ने सुन लिए उनके अंदर की बात, इसलिए भगवान ने जानबूझ के अपने महान एंजल्स मैसेंजर्स में से एक को भेजे पीटर गिलिगन के बेस में, ताकि पीटर गिलिगन को भी कुछ घंटों की चैन मिले और वो आदमी जो मर रहा था वो भी चैन और सुख और शांति की मौत मरे। अभी पीटर गिलिगन को समझ में आ गया, राइट, कि भगवान भेजे थे, क्योंकि वो सिक मैन की वाइफ बार बार बोली कि फादर यू कम अगेन आफ्टर यू आर गॉन। सो फ्रॉम दिस एक्सप्रेशंस पीटर अगेन सी सेड कि हर हस्बैंड डाइड ए वेरी वेरी पीसफुल डेथ एज मेरी एज ए बर्ड। सो फ्रॉम ऑल दीज थिंग्स पीटर गिलिगन कुड वेल रियलाइज दैट God had sent none other than one of his greatest of messengers in his guide to care to the dying fellow. And now Peter Gilligan expresses deep gratitude, thankfulness to God. Okay. So, next. Again, last stanza. He who is wrapped in purple robes. Look at wrapped. W-R-A-P-P-E-D. जैसे कि चॉकलेट का रेपर को, चॉकलेट का रेपर मतलब कवर, रेप्ड मतलब विथआउट फॉर्म, कवर्ड, राइट। तो अभी देखो, ही गॉड हु इज रेप्ड, हु इज कवर्ड, हु इज क्लोथ्ड, CLOTHED, क्लोथ्ड, हु इज क्लोथ्ड इन पर्पल रोब्स, पर्पल यू नो कलर, रोब्स कपड़ा, रोब्स मतलब कपड़ा, ओके, वेल, क्लॉथेस, अभी समझो, ही से आई मीन वो जो हमेशा ढके हुए होते हैं पर्पल रंग के कपड़े में। अभी सवाल आता है कि भगवान पर्पल रंग के कपड़े पहनते हैं क्या? अगेन दिस इज ए पोएम बेस्ड ऑन क्रिश्चियन फेथ। इफ वी टेक क्रिश्चियनिटी इन दिस पोएम, तो ऑब्वियसली गॉड इज नन अदर देन जीसस क्राइस्ट। अभी सवाल आता है कि से आई मीन वो जो कि हमेशा ढके हुए होते हैं पर्पल कलर के कपड़े में, क्या अगर ही जीसस हुए, क्या जीसस ढके हुए होते हैं पर्पल कलर के कपड़े में? बिल्कुल नहीं। तो वन थिंग वी मस्ट रिमेंबर कि इन ए चर्च व्हेनेवर देयर इज ए रिलीजियस फंक्शन, द चीफ ऑफ द चर्च, दैट इज द फादर, ओके, द मेन प्रीस्ट, ऑफन वेयर्स, अक्सर पहनते हैं एक पर्पल कलर के कपड़े। जब भी चर्च में कोई रिलीजियस फंक्शन होता है या कोई गैदरिंग्स होता है, कोई रिलीजियस ओकेजन होता है, चर्च के फादर पहनते हैं पर्पल रंग के कपड़े। और जैसे ही आप लोगों को पता है कि क्रिसमस डे, दैट इज 25 दिसंबर, वाटिकन सिटी, आई होप यू मस्ट नो वाटिकन सिटी, क्रिश्चियंस का फेमस रिलीजियस सेंटर, फेमस नहीं, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रिलीजियस सेंटर वाटिकन सिटी, ओके, वहाँ पोप रहते हैं। और ये क्रिसमस डे के दिन यू मस्ट हैव सीन कि पोप पहनते हैं एक पर्पल कलर के कपड़े जो राजा महाराजा लोग पहनते हैं जिस उस अंदाज में, और एक कैप भी पहनते हैं। एंड यू नो पोप इज द डायरेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ गॉड अकॉर्डिंग टू क्रिश्चियन मिथोलॉजी, ओके, एंड द फादर ऑफ ए चर्च टू। तो यहाँ पर जब बोला गया है कि से जिए की पिंदी थांती पर्पल रंगर कपड़ा, राजकीय कपड़ा, रोब्स, ताहले ही मतलब पोप हो सकता है, फादर हो सकते हैं, जो जिनको हम भगवान के डायरेक्ट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव मानते हैं, जिनको हम भगवान की दर्जा भी देते हैं। तो नो डाउट ही यहाँ पर भगवान को रेफर कर रहा है, फिर भी इट माइट बी द पोप, इट माइट बी द प्रीस्ट, राइट। तो से जिए की पिंदी थांती पर्पल रंगर राजकीय कपड़ा, ऑब्वियसली एड्रेस टू द गॉड, with planets in his care. In our Hindu mythology or Hindu Puranas or Hindu Vedantic philosophy or Hindu Vedantic thinking, we think that God is the creator of the world. Again, we think that God controls the planetary movements. Same thing here. Well, he who is dressed in purple colored robes with planets in his care, he who controls, who guides the planetary movements, से ଯିଏ କି ପିନ୍ଧିଥାନ୍ତି ପର୍ପଲ୍ ରଙ୍ଗର ରାଜକୀୟ ପୋଷାକ, ସେ ଯାହାଙ୍କ ଇସାରାରେ ଗ୍ରହ ନକ୍ଷତ୍ର ପରିଚାଳିତ ହୁଅନ୍ତି, had pity on the list of things. He who controls the whole universe showed pity on a person like me who has no importance at all, who is least important among all things of the world. देखो यहाँ पर पीटर गिलिगन खुद को बोले हैं लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स, लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स. देखो लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स वी हैव टू नो. लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स मतलब मोस्ट यूजलेस एमोंग ऑल थिंग्स, ऐसा चीज जिसका कोई वजूद नहीं होता है. दुनिया की सारी चीज़ों में सबसे वर्थलेस चीज़ खुद को बोल रहे हैं. वो बोल रहे हैं कि हे भगवान, आप जो दुनिया को चलाते हो मुझ जैसे तुच्छ चीज़ के ऊपर आप तरस खाए. आप कितने महान हो, आप कहाँ और मैं कहाँ. आप जो दुनिया को चलाने वाले और मैं कोई अरे गहरे आदमी जिसका कोई वजूद नहीं, तुच्छ आदमी, दुनिया की सबसे अनइम्पोर्टेंट आदमी, ऐसे आदमी के ऊपर आप तरस खाए. asleep upon a chair, such a person who was sleeping on a chair throughout the night, you showed pity on such a person. So in these two stanzas, absolutely Peter Gilligan expresses deep respect, deep honor, deep gratitude to the Almighty. Is not that because he has realized that it was God who had sent one of his great messengers to care for the dying man, to bless him die a peaceful death, and having blessed him die a peaceful death, God also cared for the utmost necessity of Father Gilligan, that was rest. God also allowed him a few hours of rest. So from this poem, a universal theme is coming out. You know what is that universal theme? God helps those who help mankind. Is not that? It means if you serve mankind, you serve God. In other words, आमे जदि लोकमानंक सेवा करिबा ताहेले लोकमानंक सेवा भगवानंक सेवा, और जे लोकमानंकु सेवा करंती भगवान निश्चय तांको सेवा करंती. And Peter Gilligan, day and night he cared selflessly. He cared his parishioners. Is not that day and night, without taking any rest. Finally, God cared him because Peter Gilligan was purely a selfless fellow, a generous fellow, a kind-hearted fellow, a person who was bound to his duties and responsibilities, who cared day and night his people. That's why finally his needs were cared by God himself. Is not that? It was God only who allowed Peter Gilligan a few hours of sleep, because Peter Gilligan was desperate for a few moments of rest, and it was God who allowed Peter Gilligan rest. Not only that, it was God only, who also, allowed that dying fellow die a peaceful death. That's all. So the theme of the poem is clear. It's not that service to God, it's service to mankind. You can say service to mankind is service to God, and those who serve mankind are served by God himself, because Peter Gilligan cared for his people night and day. That's why finally he was cared by God himself. That's it. Hope you understood the poem. We have analyzed word by word, line by line, and hope our analysis will help you in having a stronger grip to this poem. So let's round up this class. next class, okay, I will give you some ideas about how to answer extract based questions from this particular poem from CHSE point of view. So again, we will come back to our fourth session of this poem. So thank you all for listening to me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.